Why you need to buy Shib before March 23rd. Early retirement. Guys, there's been a lot happening with Shib lately. There have been games announced, metaverse integration, all sorts of partnerships and projects actually, and also, of course, major burns of the supply. Things are going okay for Shibainu, as there are so many people that are firmly behind the currency. I think I speak for everyone here when I say that I would like to see a marked improvement in the price, but I can also see how hard everyone is trying to get that price up by jumping into the community. So then, let's see what's new. Now, why should you have to buy Shib before March 23rd? What's going to happen then? And what will this do for the price of Shibainu coin going forward? Well, as I always do, I'm going to answer these questions and much more, so make sure that you stick around all the way to the very end so that you don't miss something important. Also, please hit subscribe and make sure that you have that notification bell active to ensure that you're never out of the loop when I upload some news or rumors that can help you make the most out of your investments. Now, I do want you to remember that I'm not a professional financial advisor, and that you should always be vigilant whenever it comes to investment of any kind, as there's always going to be a risk. However, with that said, and if you're all finished subscribing, let's go ahead and jump right in. So first, the price of Shibainu, which is currently sitting around the mid-20 to 30 millions range. The fact that Shibainu has been able to stabilize after the catastrophic drop at the start of the year is a real show of confidence for the doggy dollar. The price could be rising a lot faster, but no one can be too sure of when that will happen. And that's mostly because of a gigantic problem with Shib that's been there since the first days. Yes, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The single most serious issue that Shibainu currency will confront in 2022 is one that the development team appears to have unintentionally created themselves. This is the supply problem. You and I both know this, but for those who don't, it's a pretty basic thing to understand about economics that the price of any item, whether in commodities or services, or even currency, is determined by two factors. These include supply, which refers to how much of something is available, and demand, which, as the name implies, refers to how much people want the item in the first place. Now, in the case of Shibainu, there is a lot of demand, though not as much as there should be given all the positive aspects of the token and its future goals. Now, the major issue is that there's an extremely ludicrous number of tokens in circulation, implying that demand is easily supplied, to say the least. Take the video games industry for a good example. Nintendo, the world-famous Japanese video game publisher, releases titles and platforms in limited quantities every generation to create artificial scarcity. Because the products are rare initially, those who have enough money and want to buy them sometimes have to resort to open marketplaces like eBay and pay many times the retail price to buy them from someone who beat them to the punch. In effect, this is supply and demand, and Shibainu is facing the reverse situation. You probably already know this, but the coin first launched with a frankly ludicrous supply of 1 quadrillion tokens. This is a completely insane number of tokens that can flood the market and make Shibainu far too available. That's high supply, and so there's low demand, and the price remains 4 zeros away from where everyone wants them to be. Another example of the contrary is the rise of NFTs. NFTs are unique. Their uniqueness and legitimacy are verified by the smart contracts that underpin them. As a result, they're considered incredibly valuable by those interested, and they sell them on the decentralized market for thousands, if not millions of dollars. Due to an overstock of Shibainu tokens, they are now valued at 24 millions of a dollar, approximately. Vitalik Buterin, the founder and brains of the Ethereum blockchain network, is well aware of this, and in May 2021, when an anonymous gifter donated him half of the total quantity of Shib tokens, he showed his influence. Now, this was a sum that was worth nearly $7 billion at the time, but is now worth over $32 billion. Now, here's what Buterin did. He took part of those tokens and proceeded to donate them to several organizations, most notably the India COVID Crypto Relief Fund, before burning the rest and removing them permanently from circulation. It's reasonable to assume that the sender almost certainly anticipated that he would do that. Now, this is especially clear when you consider that Buterin has repeatedly said that he doesn't appreciate being sent huge chunks of crypto by currency developers. "I don't want to be a locus of power of that type," he wrote on the transactions. "The scary part is this is more money than I've ever had," he added later. He was surely convinced in what he was doing that day, and rightly so. As I previously stated, Shibainu supply is an extremely enormous problem, or will be in the future. However, contrary to somewhat popular belief, Shibainu is not doomed. There's a reason why so many companies are supporting it, including Kraken, Gemini, BitPay, AMC Theaters, Newegg, BitOX, Mover, and CoinJar. The coin has a fantastic community and a slew of projects in the works to help it grow in value, ranging from a decentralized autonomous organization or a DAO to a play-to-earn video game with the Shiboshi NFTs that will really be helping it to burn some tokens. The reality is that Shib's supply, which now stands at over 500 trillion tokens, is so large that even if each token became worth 1 cent in US dollars, the coin's market valuation would be $5 trillion. That's greater than the current market capitalization of the whole cryptocurrency ecosystem. In reality, it's roughly 3 times as much. Now, in such an absurd situation, the currency would quickly become the most viable currency in the world, rendering fiat money pretty much obsolete. Because Mover's Visa card or CoinJar's MasterCard can be used to pay for everyday items and services, and because these cards can be topped up with Shib, there would be over 1 million new millionaires or billionaires if the market cap were $500 trillion, and everyone owned several dozen million of the canine currency. It's not like it'll ever be permitted to happen, of course, but I personally enjoy picturing the chaos. Shib would become the world's most powerful currency, potentially wreaking havoc on the US, its allies, and global trading relationships. Just imagine that, all terrorized by a dog. Now, I gotta take a moment right now and mention Bigger Entertainment. They've been famously doing a great deal to sort out the mess of the tokens and the supply, taking on the difficult task of coming up with a way to sell to people that they should destroy their tokens to get others to increase in value. It's a long process, of course, because the supply is so big that even with Bigger's current efforts to eradicate those tokens, a few hundred million here and a few hundred million there, it would still take about 4 decades to actually make sufficient difference to the price point. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not to say that you shouldn't get involved though, because you absolutely should. Stephen Cooper's Bigger Entertainment hosts regular burn parties online, and a ticket is just a few bucks. His recent tweet read that before we announce our next burn party, I want to make this clear. This is not to pump. This is to reduce supply. Hashtag Shib price might not change at all. Our focus as a community is reducing 10% of supply together and hoping dev team follows suit by focusing on 20% or more. Hashtag Shib Army. Plus, you're not erasing that money flat out in this case, and you're getting to view a sweet online event for your contribution. And you get to watch those tokens disappear, so that you know that you're really helping the effort along. Keep an eye on Shib Burn's Twitter account for regular updates as to how many tokens have been burned in the last few hours. They're always updating their .com too, so you can also check there. Get involved in the Shib Army. Play the Oshiverse with the Shiboshi NFTs when they come out. You help use the Shibarium for your transactions when it happens, and also don't forget to check out anyone who's doing a burn project. For a few bucks, you can turn your Shib into gold. Now, there have been a few rumblings that the next burn party could be towards the end of March, with some saying the 23rd could be the date. Whether this will prove to be the case or not, you should definitely make sure that you're keeping a close eye on the situation, so that you're always ready when an opportunity comes to help out your beloved puppy Penny. The big burn needs to come soon though, and really, only an amount like a couple trillion tokens will suffice before you're really going to see some results from your Shib investment. Again though, with all these projects coming up, you really have to believe that the team, the community, the partners, and the creators are pulling out all the stops to make sure that Shib goes from being a derivative meme to being a crypto market dominator. If you're interested to learn more about burnings or upcoming events, subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications. That way, you'll always know what's going on and the hottest piece of news relating to Shib. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please leave us a like and let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are as well. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.